Have you ever felt like no matter how hard you try, life just refuses to go your way? You push, you strive, you give it your all, but instead of peace, you find exhaustion, frustration, and stress. It's a common experience in today's world where we're told to chase success relentlessly. But there's another path, one that's calmer, wiser, and far more sustainable. Stoic philosophy offers us that path. It teaches that not everything in life needs to be controlled. When we constantly force things to happen, we often create more resistance and disappointment. Instead, true peace comes when we focus only on what we can control and let go of the rest. Imagine ourselves gripping tightly to every outcome, trying to bend life to our will. Eventually, we burn out. But when we loosen our grip and start to flow with life, we discover space to breathe, to grow, and to truly live. Letting go isn't weakness, it's wisdom. It's learning to move with life instead of against it. It's understanding that peace doesn't come after everything is perfect, but in the way we respond to imperfection. In this video, I'll share 10 powerful Stoic practices that will help you reduce stress, find clarity, and reconnect with what really matters. Watch this video to the end. Pick just one practice and apply it daily for the next 7 days. Then come back and tell us what changed. If you're ready to stop forcing life and start living it, type "flow with wisdom" in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you won't miss the next step on your journey to a more meaningful life. Let's begin. Your path to peace starts now. Number 1, live fully in the present. Have you ever found yourself physically present but mentally far away? Lost in thought, worrying about tomorrow, or replaying yesterday's mistakes? In our fast-paced lives, it's easy to miss the beauty of the moment we're actually living. Stoic philosophy teaches us that presence is power. Marcus Aurelius, one of the great Stoic thinkers, once said, "Do not act as if you were going to live 10,000 years. Death hangs over you. While you live, while it is in your power, be good." This powerful reminder encourages us to embrace the present as the only time we truly possess. Living fully in the now means letting go of the past and resisting the pull of an uncertain future. It invites us to focus our energy and attention on what is happening right before us, to feel, to breathe, and to be truly alive in each moment. Imagine sitting beneath an ancient tree, listening to birdsong, and feeling the breeze on your face. In that quiet moment, you're not consumed by deadlines, regrets, or distant plans. You're simply there, and in that presence, peace often finds you. The Stoics believe that by anchoring ourselves in the present, we gain clarity, reduce anxiety, and cultivate gratitude for life's simple experiences. Whether you're sharing a meal, walking outside, or having a conversation, each moment holds value, if only we learn to pay attention. To live more fully in the present, ask yourself, what is happening right now? And how can I be more engaged with this moment? These questions help pull you out of distraction and back into connection with yourself, others, and the world around you. Practice presence daily. Whether you're eating, working, or simply breathing, give your full attention to what you're doing. Start small, perhaps with a few minutes of meditation each day, to calm your thoughts and return to the now. The more you practice, the more naturally you'll begin to live with awareness, presence, and peace. Number 2, embrace the impermanence of life. Have you ever wished a joyful moment could last forever? Or tried to avoid the pain of a difficult one? Life constantly shifts, and nothing stays the same for long. The Stoic worldview invites us to not only recognize this truth, but to embrace it. Philosopher Heraclitus once said, "No man ever steps in the same river twice, for it's not the same river and he's not the same man," reminding us that change is the only true constant. In our day-to-day lives, we often seek stability, hoping things will remain as they are. But the truth is, everything is in motion. Our emotions, circumstances, and even the people around us. When we accept the natural flow of change, we can stop resisting what we cannot control and instead focus on how we respond to it. Consider the cycle of the seasons. Spring brings renewal, summer is vibrant and alive, Autumn is reflective, and winter prepares us for another beginning. Our lives mirror these cycles. Happiness and hardship come and go, each with their own lessons. When we understand that no state is permanent, we learn to cherish what is good and endure what is difficult with patience and perspective. This understanding leads us to a deeper appreciation for the present. When we know that nothing lasts forever, even the ordinary becomes precious. A simple conversation, a quiet evening, a moment of laughter, all gain meaning because they are fleeting. Recognizing impermanence doesn't lead to despair, it awakens gratitude. So how can we live peacefully in a world of constant change? The Stoics suggest practicing acceptance, acknowledging that while we can't control what happens, we can control our attitude. Acceptance isn't resignation, it's clarity. It allows us to find peace amid uncertainty and to navigate life with greater emotional resilience. Let's now move forward to explore how action and discipline can help us strengthen the mind and body through the Stoic lens. Number 3, the power of acceptance. Imagine you're caught in heavy rain without an umbrella. You can complain, get frustrated, and resist the moment, or you can accept that you're wet, breathe deeply, and enjoy the rhythm of the raindrops. The situation doesn't change, but your experience of it does. That's the power of acceptance in action. Acceptance is one of the most powerful tools in Stoic philosophy, not as a form of surrender, but as a path to inner strength and peace. It means facing reality as it is, without denial or resistance. As Epictetus put it, we cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them. In life, we often encounter setbacks, loss, failure, disappointment. Our first instinct may be to fight against them, to struggle with what we cannot change. But resisting reality only drains us. Acceptance, on the other hand, brings clarity. It allows us to respond wisely, with calm rather than chaos. This doesn't mean we stop striving for growth or improvement. In fact, acceptance helps us realign with what truly matters. When a door closes, whether it's a missed opportunity, a failed plan, or an unexpected hardship, accepting the situation enables us to move forward with focus and strength instead of being paralyzed by frustration. More than just a coping mechanism, acceptance is a way of living. It teaches us to stay flexible in the face of change, to let go of what we cannot control, and to act intentionally in what we can. By doing so, we reduce unnecessary suffering and free ourselves from emotional entanglement. When we begin to accept things as they are, we also begin to appreciate them more deeply. Even difficulties become meaningful, offering lessons and shaping resilience. This mindset creates a sense of quiet confidence, a stable foundation that allows us to meet life with courage and composure. Practicing acceptance also improves how we relate to others. When we stop expecting people to act a certain way or situations to unfold according to our plans, we become less reactive and more understanding. This shift can reduce conflict, deepen compassion, and lead to healthier, more balanced relationships. Acceptance isn't weakness, it's wisdom in action. It's choosing peace over resistance, clarity over chaos, and progress over stagnation. And once you cultivate this mindset, you'll find that life's challenges no longer shake you, they shape you. Number 4, learn to let go. Letting go is one of the most liberating and transformative practices in Stoic philosophy. It doesn't mean giving up, becoming indifferent, or avoiding responsibility. Instead, it's the conscious decision to release what no longer serves us, especially the things we cannot control. The Stoics remind us that inner peace comes not from grasping tightly, but from learning to release. Picture yourself clutching a burning coal in your hand. The tighter you hold on, the more it hurts. But the moment you let it go, the pain begins to fade, and healing can begin. Life works the same way. Whether it's anger, regret, guilt, or unrealistic expectations, holding on only deepens suffering. Marcus Aurelius wisely wrote, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." When our minds are weighed down by resentment, fear, or past mistakes, we cloud our ability to live fully in the present. Letting go clears that mental space and allows us to think with greater clarity, kindness, and purpose. Letting go is not about apathy, it's about discernment. It teaches us to release toxic relationships, unproductive worries, and outcomes beyond our control. It's not about caring less, it's about caring wisely. When we let go of obsessing over how others see us, for example, we gain the freedom to live authentically rather than being trapped by fear or social expectation. We all carry burdens we don't need. Maybe it's a lingering grudge, a failure from years ago, or a fear of the unknown. Ask yourself, what are you still holding on to? What space could open up in your life if you simply allowed yourself to let go? This practice is also about self-forgiveness. Many people carry guilt for past actions long after they have learned their lessons. But Stoicism encourages us to acknowledge our mistakes, grow from them, and then release them. We are not defined by our past, but by how we choose to respond now. Letting go creates emotional space. Just like clearing a cluttered room brings a sense of lightness and order, releasing internal baggage allows peace, focus, and joy to re-enter our lives. It doesn't happen overnight, but with conscious effort, it becomes a powerful habit of the mind. Letting go isn't weakness, it's wisdom. It's trusting that we don't need to control everything to find peace. It's recognizing that freedom lies in surrendering what we cannot change and focusing on what we can. And in that, we discover real strength. Number 5, practice mindfulness. Mindfulness, in the Stoic tradition, is the art of being present, fully aware of your thoughts, emotions, and surroundings without judgment. It's more than just paying attention to your environment. It's about developing an inner stillness that allows you to observe your reactions and thoughts calmly without letting them overpower you. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This quote reminds us that true control begins within. We cannot always choose what happens to us, but we can always choose how we respond. Consider this. You're standing in a long, slow-moving line at the grocery store. People are impatient, the noise is irritating, and you're running late. In that moment, mindfulness means noticing your rising frustration, but not being consumed by it. You take a deep breath, acknowledge the tension, and shift your focus to the present. The feel of your feet on the ground, the rhythm of your breath, the small details around you. Suddenly, the situation feels less overwhelming. Practicing mindfulness trains your mind to slow down and become more intentional. When stress, anger, or anxiety arise, mindfulness helps you respond with clarity rather than impulsiveness. It becomes easier to ask yourself, is this within my control? If it isn't, let it go. As Epictetus taught, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. You don't need hours of meditation to be mindful. Start with just a few minutes a day. Sit quietly, breathe deeply, and observe your thoughts without judgment. Ask yourself, what am I thinking? Why am I feeling this way? These small acts of awareness create space between stimulus and response, and over time, that space becomes your power. Mindfulness also strengthens your emotional resilience. By anchoring your awareness in the present moment, you reduce the tendency to dwell on the past or fear the future. You begin to notice the beauty in small things, a warm cup of tea, a quiet moment in nature, a deep conversation. These moments may seem simple, but they are where lasting peace often resides. You've taken a big step by exploring these ideas. Thank you for being present with me today. If these words resonate with you, consider subscribing and sharing this message. Let's spread the wisdom of mindful living and help others find their path to inner peace. Number 6, use silence effectively. Picture yourself sitting alone in a quiet park early in the morning. There's no traffic, no phone buzzing, just the soft rustle of leaves and the rhythm of your breath. In that moment of stillness, you begin to notice your thoughts more clearly. Your mind, which felt cluttered moments ago, starts to settle. This is the quiet power of silence, not just the absence of noise, but the presence of clarity. In Stoic philosophy, silence is more than not speaking. It's a form of discipline, a gateway to inner awareness. Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus all valued silence as a tool to calm the mind and access deeper wisdom. By choosing silence, especially in emotionally charged situations, we give ourselves space to respond with reason instead of impulse. As Epictetus said, we have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak. Silence also gives us the chance to listen, not just to others, but to ourselves. When we quiet external distractions, our inner voice becomes clearer. We begin to understand our emotions, recognize our fears, and reflect on our values. Many of life's most important realizations emerge not in conversation, but in quiet contemplation. We often associate silence with absence of sound, of action, but in reality, silence is full. It's full of insight, patience, and presence. When we learn to use silence wisely, it becomes a source of strength. It teaches us self-control, deepens our relationships, and nurtures our emotional resilience. So when was the last time you embraced silence? Not out of withdrawal, but with intention? What did it teach you? Let silence be your teacher, your compass, and your companion on the path to greater wisdom. Number 7, enjoy the journey, not just the outcome. Picture yourself on a long hike through a scenic forest trail. With every step, you hear the crunch of leaves beneath your feet, feel the sun warming your skin, and breathe in the crisp, earthy air. Your destination may be the mountain peak ahead, but it's the journey, the sounds, the sensations, the surprises that truly nourish your spirit. If all your attention is fixed on reaching the summit, you might miss the most beautiful parts of the path. In Stoic philosophy, life is viewed in much the same way. The goal is not just to achieve great things, but to embrace and learn from the process. Marcus Aurelius reminds us that each day presents an opportunity to grow, regardless of the outcome. The effort, the discipline, the patience, and the small wins are what shape our character. When we obsess over results, we create unnecessary stress and miss the lessons hidden in the struggle. But by focusing on the journey, we allow ourselves to live more fully and find meaning in each moment. Start by paying attention to your daily activities, whether you're working, cooking, or studying. Ask yourself, can I be present with this task instead of rushing to complete it? Can I appreciate the effort it takes? Life is not a checklist, it's a continuous unfolding. Every step is part of a larger process of growth and self-discovery. When we honor that process, the destination becomes a natural reward, not the only source of fulfillment. This perspective sets the stage for our next Stoic lesson, finding strength through simplicity. Let's continue with lesson number 8. Number 8, find joy in the simplest things. Picture a child playing in the park, laughing with delight as they chase a butterfly or splash through a puddle. Their joy is pure and spontaneous, drawn not from anything grand or expensive, but from the small wonders around them. In their innocence, children reveal a truth we often forget. Happiness can be found in the simplest moments, if only we allow ourselves to notice them. As adults, we often become entangled in the pursuit of status, wealth, and future success. We set lofty goals believing that reaching them will finally bring contentment. Yet Stoic philosophy reminds us that joy is not something to be chased in the distant future. It's something we can access right here, right now. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking." This mindset encourages us to shift our focus inward and rediscover joy in the everyday. A steaming cup of tea on a quiet morning, the soft rustle of trees in the wind, the comfort of a kind word or a shared laugh. These are not grand achievements, but they are rich in meaning. When we stop seeking happiness in what we lack and instead appreciate what we already have, we begin to live more fully and peacefully. Practicing this kind of presence fosters gratitude, a cornerstone of Stoic contentment. Moreover, when we learn to value life's simple pleasures, we also begin to cultivate stronger, more genuine relationships. We no longer measure life in terms of what we've acquired, but by the quality of our experiences and the depth of our connections. Joy multiplies when shared, and often it's the quiet, unassuming moments with others that leave the deepest impressions on our hearts. Simplicity doesn't limit joy, it amplifies it. Let's carry this understanding forward as we move on to the next lesson. Number 9, the art of gratitude. Gratitude is more than a polite response. It's a mindset, a quiet power that shapes how we view our lives. Rather than being reserved only for special occasions or grand gestures, true gratitude is found in the ability to notice and cherish the simple, often overlooked moments of everyday life. It asks us to pause, reflect, and acknowledge the quiet blessings that surround us. The Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love." His words remind us that fulfillment isn't found in achievements alone, but in the present moment, in the air we breathe, the people we love, and the chance to experience another day. Even in the darkest times, gratitude can be a powerful anchor. Viktor Frankl, a Holocaust survivor and psychologist, spoke of how small moments of kindness and humanity, like sharing a crust of bread, kept his spirit alive. Despite enduring unimaginable hardship, he found purpose and strength in appreciating the smallest fragments of hope and connection. His life is a testimony to how gratitude can be a light even in the most hopeless situations. Think of your own life. What are the things you often take for granted? A warm meal, a message from a friend, or even a moment of peace at the end of a long day. When we intentionally acknowledge these moments, we begin to build a life filled with quiet joy rather than constant yearning for more. Gratitude also changes how we relate to others. It helps us see the good in people, softens our judgments, and strengthens relationships. When we regularly express appreciation, not just in words but in actions, we create a more compassionate and connected environment around us. A thankful heart fosters humility, patience, and peace. In practicing daily gratitude, we train our minds to focus on abundance rather than lack. It becomes easier to endure difficulties because we have already learned to draw strength from the simple joys we've often overlooked. Gratitude, then, is not just a reaction. It's a way of living, a quiet revolution that begins within. Number 10, embrace the power of solitude. Many people view solitude as something negative, a void to be filled, a loneliness to escape. But for the Stoics, solitude is not a punishment. It's a profound opportunity. It's in those quiet, undisturbed moments that we are most connected to our true selves. Solitude allows us to step away from the distractions of the world and reflect deeply on who we are and what we value. Think of solitude as a calm lake. When the surface is still, you can see your reflection clearly. In the same way, when you step away from external noise, social expectations, digital distractions, and constant conversations, you begin to hear the quiet truths within you. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul." Spending time alone helps us realign with our values, reevaluate our goals, and find peace that isn't dependent on external validation. Solitude nurtures independence of thought and emotional clarity. It teaches us that we don't always need someone or something to feel whole. Sometimes our own company is enough. Take, for example, a long, solitary walk through nature. Without words or distractions, your senses heighten. You notice the rustle of leaves, the scent of the earth, the rhythm of your breath. These small, seemingly ordinary moments can bring extraordinary clarity and calm. Solitude, in this sense, becomes a gateway to mindfulness. When we stop fearing being alone, we begin to see solitude for what it truly is, a powerful space for growth, creativity, and inner strength. The ability to sit in silence with ourselves is a skill, one that builds resilience, self-awareness, and peace. In a noisy world, solitude is not isolation. It's a sacred pause that allows us to return to life more grounded, more centered, and more in tune with who we are. Let Stoic philosophy guide you on the path to living a full and meaningful life. In the journey to find happiness and purpose, many people often confuse effort with force. They forget that sometimes letting go is the real key to unlocking inner freedom and peace. Stoicism teaches us that choosing not to force outcomes doesn't mean abandoning our dreams or ambitions. Instead, it's about learning to live in harmony with nature, with ourselves, and with the flow of life. Take a moment to reflect on your own life. Ask yourself, are there things you're trying too hard to control? Spend more time simply being present, embrace impermanence, and acknowledge that some things are beyond your influence. When you stop pushing so hard and begin to live more naturally, life tends to unfold with greater clarity and ease. Joy and happiness are not final destinations. They're found in each step you take, in the calm acceptance and deep understanding of life's essence. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Your presence here shows that you are ready to become a true Stoic, someone who lives with intention, resilience, and inner peace. If you found value in this content, please like the video and share it with your friends and loved ones. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss our next lesson. In the week ahead, let Stoic wisdom be your guide. Allow it to help you live more mindfully, more meaningfully, and with greater peace. When you're ready, return and share your story. We'd love to hear how this philosophy has shaped your life. And remember, don't force anything. Let life unfold naturally. Find joy in each moment, and you'll discover that peace has been with you all along. See you in the next video.